Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to NEKO.Lab micro residency number 4.
Micro workshop.
Yes.
Workshop.
I always do this.
Yes.
Yes. So we have with us today Connor McLean, American composer. We will get to pick his brain later on in detail. That's at around 6 o'clock. But now the first hour is still we'll finish the workshopping of the draft that we will be presenting with him.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
Yeah. And Connor, you want to talk a little bit?
Also later if you want.
I'll just say thanks for watching this, and I'll explain later.
Okay. Yeah. And also, if you have any question, please left it in the comment below, and then we will take care of it.
Comment.
Later.
Leave a like.
At the Q&A session.
Wow. Subscribe.
So I just have to be a bit further away.
Well, let's start. Section B. And
And what?
just to explain a bit what we're doing. So the piece is based on 3 different materials. So each of us is talking, saying some words, triggering some videos from Max Patch, plus having a sound, a pitch sound. Kali is playing toy piano, she's playing from the OP1, and I'm playing from a synth in Ableton. So now we try to read through, and then we will analyze a bit the material and try to work a bit the movement. And of course, you are in the rehearsal as well, so
yeah.
Stop and if you want to try some passages and stuff, yeah. Okay. So we can check. So in this one we all have different speeds, and we try now to synchronize and see how it works.
You're on your first video?
Yeah, I'm on the last one.
Oh, perfect.
But I don't know whether there is the image there.
Yeah, there is.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
I have to navigate to.
Where is it?
F. Okay, you're not having sound.
I muted myself just for the moment,
Okay.
so I can go to the end of the counter. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay. So maybe let's try. Okay. So 3, 4, 2,
I.
live,
4,
A,
yours.
Chemicals.
yeah.
I don't hear any track, so.
Uh-oh.
Because we didn't first play.
Because we're not linked.
No, we're not playing.
Ah, yeah, that's true. I forgot. Can we try from again? Because there's one.
Something I'll have to fix is this clock counter thing.
So
No, we shouldn't. Yeah.
okay. So 3, 4, 2,
The
I.
live,
4,
A, yours,
all,
glass,
Wait.
live, A,
pour
One,
to
and
a
in
life
glass
two,
pour
your
and
to glass a
what?
or
a glass
I
a
don't have video, right?
No.
and
I think
I think those are you shouldn't
Oh,
do
okay.
different
Different windows.
yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good to check.
also, you were all, I mean, you guys were out of sync, I think.
Mhm.
Because then I think Lorenzo was like far ahead of everyone.
Okay.
Somehow.
I mean, I found this like the metronome things. Maybe it's a bit more helpful, like the phone like yesterday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what
Yeah,
about
you can do it.
what about making these speakers for the videos a little louder?
Like those small ones.
Yeah. Just so it's balanced with everything else.
Try yours.
Maybe it's a matter of turning the volume up on the computer itself.
It's in
These
Mac.
are the maximum.
Oh, really?
Actually, I think maybe actually my computer sound is even louder than that.
They're
But
very.
it looks like actually the file is really slow, no?
Maybe.
Try to play something. Great. We can check.
That could be it. The sound in the file itself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, it's okay for now.
Yeah, that one need that. I will find a adapter. Fine. Maybe you can talk about the piece now.
Yeah. Should I talk about it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to scoot my way through.
If you want to talk to the microphone, you can come and sit in my place.
Alright, you can sit in face place if you want.
Hey, that's a lot of stuff in my place. And mine is
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. It's like a panel sort of discussion.
Composer panel.
Yeah. So I mean, the piece, it's not a piece really yet, you know, it's just a collection of sort of ideas. Just wanted to see, like, if it could be a piece, maybe. But it's just, yeah, like Lorenzo said, it's just 3 materials: speech, video, and some sounds. And basically it's just about, like, these things forming patterns and, like, repeating in different orders and then creating some sort of, like, solid events. And the way I had actually originally planned it was, like, everyone either on their own table or on, like, an incredibly long table. So you'd have, like, music, computer, or opposite way, music, computer, microphone. So you'd be, like, constantly sort of doing, like, a dance as well, and everyone would sort of be, like, swaying in and out of each other in this sort of hypnotic way. And I mean, there's also kind of like the sketch for the piece is called Memory Assembly, because it was kind of about, like, putting together tiny fragments of things, trying to, like, create the essence of a memory. And I guess I was thinking maybe, like, these 3 are, like, they're not, like, performers, they are a machine, sort of, like a machine that works to help you remember things. And then, yeah, the video is from my parents at a party in 1991, and the text is just a poem that I wrote, and then the sounds are just sort of up for whatever. We'll figure those out. But yeah, so maybe you can get back to it now.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, can you just give it if you want. Wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, we speed it up so we can synchronize just where we maybe give one bar before.
You what?
We just give a bar and then we just a 4/4 and when we start all together.
Yeah. I give?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the middle.
Just don't hear what you say.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The
5.
line for a
2.
your glass line
Where?
a pour in
1.
to the 2 in
And
a life glass pour your and to the glass a
1.
or a glass a and in drink line
1.
then the your life life has
2.
to
Yeah. Guys, I know why. you got what I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's
What's
start
that?
again.
He's not in the right tempo.
No, I am. I was just reading 3/4 bar. Dun. If I was like this is difficult. Dun, chum, dun,
life
It's because it's missing the.
yeah. It's true, of course. Yeah, I'll do it from now.
Whoops.
If I was like, I'm so much ahead of you.
Yeah.
I know why.
And I was like, they started together.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the next bar was like just off. And it got worse and worse.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, now we can do it properly. Okay, I'm just thinking.
You can also stop us if you can see if there is.
But I didn't notice it. Okay, come on.
No, yeah, but I mean, I knew you were out, and I just thought I'll see what else happens.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe something will be interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.
What was it? Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
the
Sorry, I didn't start.
Okay, then I will not play the first video.
Yeah.
I'll just go through the second one.
It's weird and
Are we all set?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
the
5.
life or
2.
your
Where?
glass life or
Want.
a the in to in in for a for life to glass
want
your and one
I
to the glass
I
a
want
glass the a
and
and
to
drink to life
I
of them one your
for
life
where
I
is it correct?
Well, no, it was a bit unsynchronized, I think, at the end.
Can I have some questions?
Yeah.
In the end, I have a little note there.
Yeah.
Is it the 8?
Is it an 8? You mean?
Yeah. Is like G flat, F flat?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's still in F flat.
flat.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, that was music that was going to be written that I just didn't write.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was going to carry on, but.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. But it's just nice to know.
Yeah.
And also, the beginning, the first line. Do you want the video actually come in the third beat? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one break, the break, functional break, it happens in the second system, but not in the first system.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's what I did before.
That's the mistake.
Yeah.
That's the big mistake. Yeah.
That's fine. Just yeah, but also it doesn't really make sense.
No. Yeah.
Yes. So everyone, if you downloaded the score, which you can do in the YouTube video description, on the first system of the first page, there are some breaks missing. There should be a quarter note break after in every second beat of every bar.
It's like a really minor detail.
Yeah. If you guys
It's for all the nerds.
Yeah.
If you wanted to have the score, there is a link you can download. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird, but on this, we'll change it when we do another run later. But I'm just thinking on the stream, the picture is really like you can't really see what's going on the projectors.
Okay.
It's not as nice as in real life.
Do you think it has something to do with the light?
Nothing the resolution of the camera.
Now we can turn off this light.
Yeah, let's
and
try
then
that.
turn
Yeah,
on
I
some
can do
other
that.
lights in the kitchen.
Is that?
Yeah, and then the kitchen is behind the microwave. Yes, now everyone knows where my light switch is on my place.
Yes.
Yeah, behind the microwave, you can find. Yeah, that one.
Is that better?
Or like.
What do you think,
So
Molly?
what?
You don't seem
You can
convinced.
also leave in the comment and tell us if it's better or not. So,
Audience participation.
exactly. But if it's too much,
It's kind of the same.
Turn this one.
No, to be honest, I really think it's the resolution of the camera.
And I think it's the light coming from
Yeah,
the window
yeah.
mostly. So
Yeah.
we'll just fix that later.
Connor, your parents just need a better camera.
I know. It's 1991.
Now you know what to do if you ever get time machine.
Exactly.
Wait, I could close the blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Actually,
This one. Oh, should I do it?
Can you play?
The other one, the other one.
the other one.
The other line, yes. Yes. I'm going slow, too slow. So you don't damage the phone. Yes. And then now you do the other one.
Whoa.
Is it better?
Not really.
It's the camera issues back on the 89.
Yeah. It's not bad, really.
What if should we also try turning that off and see if that changes anything?
Yeah, let's see.
Hold on the alignment.
I just want everyone to be in darker.
What? Sorry, what?
I want everyone to be in darker.
And you can also close that and maybe close the door behind you.
This seems much better. Already. Cinematic. Not really. Maybe a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Let's just carry on.
Do you have any wishes if you want to try to do this again? Is there something you would like us to try that we didn't do this time? Or
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing for sure is I think we should turn the reverb down on Lorenzo's microphone. It sounds very, like, sexy.
It kind of fits the party vibe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, there's no reverb anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Comment if there's some balance issues coming through the live stream that I can't hear
Yes,
here.
yes.
Other than that, everything seemed alright.
Should we do another run? Just to...
Yeah, I think we can try it one more time.
Let's go much more.
And then we can work like working material per material.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Oh, yeah, with this.
Yeah,
really
with
nice.
this, yeah.
So what do we do?
Now we do another run.
Another
Just for
one?
us.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just start to maybe just samples, just voice, and just...
But in this case, if we also want to work on the second movement, then we have to be also a bit cautious about the time.
Yeah, how much is that?
It's 5:30.
Half an hour.
We just have half an hour.
Yes.
40 minutes. Max.
Okay, then we just do another run, and we work on the materials on the other,
Yeah.
which is more like
Yeah, that'll get
The other movement's longer and
yeah,
there's
exactly.
other stuff going on.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna stand right in front so I can see the whole.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
It makes me stressed when you have your position.
Sexualize
Okay.
material content.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Try.
Love
Or
a
all.
yours
All.
Wait.
glass life
Or
Want.
a
the
in
to
And.
to
in
to
2.
in
or
a
or
M.
life
or
glass
Want.
your
all
and
one
I.
to
the
glass
I.
I
a
in
Want.
glass
the
a
M.
all
and
s
2.
drink
to
life
I.
of
then
one
your
4.
life
I
Where.
I
there should be something vertical that is not happening. It's like the last
you-
me and Kalle should be together, right?
Yeah.
And also,
And you, Faye, and
Yeah, we. Yeah.
Lorenzo should be together. Bar 16, or Faye's bar?
Yeah.
I think. But that, I mean.
Tempo 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
So kind of just where are the points where any of the two of us should be together?
I think 13. Me and you. No, sorry,
It's for Lorenzo and I. Is that like kind of every
4
4
bars
beats for me?
Yeah,
every
every
5 beats for
5
Lorenzo.
for
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
Should we just for fun try me and you some bars and see if
Let's do that.
something? Yeah.
And also like the videos, they should also more or less overlap in each other. No?
You mean of each other's?
Yeah, the videos.
No, this movement's different because
Oh,
everyone's out of sync most of the time.
yeah, but still it's like the break shouldn't be very long in the middle, right? No? Because sometimes it feels like in my tempo 31, I still have a 4th note break, like 4th note length that there is nothing happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's
there's
yeah,
moment like that. Okay.
yeah.
So Connor, we can try.
Yes. Right, just go on the top.
Yeah. And we just play. So ready?
Just count 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Life
or a
yours glass life.
or
Yeah, we're a bit.
Okay, so it's
There's something.
You're super close.
Yeah, but it should like.
It should
Be
be,
the
yeah.
same, yeah.
It should
it
be
can
the
be the
same.
click track thing.
Well, if it could be. Can we start maybe? Okay, let's do something. Let's just clap the click track just to see.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
mean, it's stupid to check.
No, it's not.
Scientifically, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, 5, like bar 5, 6.
Hmm.
It should be in 5. We should be.
Together.
Like totally together. That maybe just the minors of like
Yeah, it
when
could
you
be
press it.
Exactly.
something really small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if obviously if it was going to be like a full length piece, that'd be
Yeah.
stuff we'd have to sort out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. we
But
should
hey,
find
what about?
the-
I mean, they're so slow. What about just go without a picture? Just eye a little bit like where people are.
No. I think everyone should go with his own path, and then because then you start waiting for people, and you just lose the.
Yeah.
I think in this kind of polyrhythmical things or like different metronomes, a bit like I think Grise things usually also when you do this is like an order l'étoile, where you have like different metronomes. Everyone
Yeah,
should, because
I understand, but I know I understand in the ideal world, all the metronomes should start at the same time, and then we should use Ableton or whatever to do it. But I mean, just like now, since we don't have that possibility, also just for the sake of working on the musical side, what about we just take the words, for example, and then just try to keep your own tempo and eye a little bit where people are.
I think
Also, what Connor said, that didn't you also say that the click track is not completely mathematically together?
I'm pretty sure you and Lorenzo's are. But
We are, because that's easier, right?
I mean, we can calculate, no?
It's it's 5 against 4, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be.
It should be.
Exactly.
It should be 5 bars against 4 bars.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the sake of the experiment, we could definitely just try to like treat it as something geometrical, and we will just or something like we just try to time it based on how we see it in the score.
Okay.
I mean, just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Just for the
Yeah, but I think if we only have a few minutes. I mean, we don't have
Yeah,
much time. Maybe we should just try this second section.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because we also haven't even tried it with like the sounds.
Yeah.
I wonder.
But just one thing for me. So when we play this, you still want the movement, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
Down, bing, boom, bum.
Yeah.
And we should all do the same, right?
You should all do the same.
Even if the instruments are central, we should try our body.
But I also think it should be as legato as possible.
Okay. Bing, boom, bing, boom.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then if you have a bar of rest, you should
like
stay.
a dancing, no?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you have a bar of rest, you should stay in the middle. And wait.
So each of us will bounce with a different speed.
Exactly.
Should we just 1 minute to try this?
Even
if we have the move, we just find free
So
spot.
how can we bounce in the same speed?
We don't bounce at the same speed. That's the beauty. You bounce in your whatever 48. No, you have a 4/8 bar, 4/4 bar, and you find your own 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be like 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think at least just to try this, no?
That could be nice just to see. It could be an example of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is, yeah.
I mean, we can play whatever, just play the 1, 2. Okay.
What do you mean?
Doesn't really have to be the right material just to find your rhythm and see.
Isn't it just easier to go from the right material?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be the right rhythm or anything. Just,
So I would just go from the top.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm not sure I quite got the idea.
So I think his idea is like that we're machines, no?
Mm-hmm.
And we all have our own path in different speed. So you have 3 materials, and each material corresponds more or less on a spot in the space. So you would say like, for example, I, chum, bing, bum, and you kind of move your body, swinging from one side to the other.
Okay.
You get it exactly.
Yeah.
Now you just want to try it for
Like a rock,
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you want the click track without click track?
I think we clicked on,
Okay.
so yeah.
What is it?
It's the root of the city. Okay. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
I lie
4
2.
on
your glass lie
4
Want.
8 the in 2
And.
2 10
2.
in 4 8 4
something like this, no?
Exactly.
4
Looks nice.
So the second movement?
No.
So the A is this. Right? And the B is this.
No,
No,
we
you have
have instruments, so each sound is a different instrument.
Okay, so now we need to choose another sound.
So we say like we want to start ABC high low meter or
I think it should be like wood.
Yeah.
Wood, other, and then bell.
Okay.
Would be the last one. Yeah. Okay.
Again, I need another. I need another mala for the.
Does it work?
Yeah.
So
now we
can we say C is the root block?
Yeah. See.
The yesterday we did the C was the bell.
Yeah. C was bell.
So you want to C as
I
the
think
bell?
A should be wood block.
Yeah.
B should be other. C should be bell.
And for example, when in bar 40, I still have A.
Yeah.
With this, do you still want me?
Yeah.
Do you want that to be the bell? And
No. It should be still be that.
Okay, just like some.
Yeah. Just slightly. It doesn't need to be like super smooth or anything.
Okay.
Just as long as it's still there.
The long note?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I guess rolling on a wood block. It's not the smoothest.
You can do this.
Yeah. Well, I think you must have the, you know, A at the end.
A at the end, so it's gonna be woodblock, no?
Yeah. I mean, we can always change that. It's like it's pretty like superficial. Ooh, that sounds great. Yeah. I use rubbing the wood.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
So A is the wood block.
Yep.
B is the cowbell.
Yeah. Or the other, because everyone has different stuff. Everyone has different things. You have a cowbell. He has a flower pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you wanna check tempo 4? Okay. Ready? One.
Wait, we're going to look at this.
Get all the way through it. It lasts like 20 seconds. She's really going for it. Okay.
Do you just want to try with one material first, or no, everything?
No.
I think you could try. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you think you can.
So we try everything, no?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Mer.
2.
Mercury.
2 of fist.
Close.
Sir.
Fist.
3.
Ring.
2.
A. 2. 2 of fist.
Mercury milk.
Remember you to. Man.
A.
2.
Red.
2.
You're white. Fist. A. By. Your.
2.
White.
2.
Fist.
You.
Red.
Mercury milk.
Remember you to
2 of fist. Bite your white. No. Man. Man.
You to life.
Me too.
Bite your
Close.
we're apart, guys.
Oh, yes.
That's it from 29. We're apart.
No,
Someone, yeah, so you were.
No, you are apart.
We were one bit.
Yeah.
We were one bit apart from now.
But we were together.
It's not like
No. But it's fine, it's fine. Let's do from 29.
Yeah, we what did we agree to do in the last bar of the first page?
Just that's a non-stop.
Okay.
It's a continuum.
Okay.
Okay.
That was
Yeah, probably that was the problem. Yeah. Okay.
But you are correct.
Yeah, I got lost there. I think but it's fine.
Okay. Well, because I was so sure that you were with me. Because I heard what you said in the downbeat.
Maybe you two were in unison at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
That was because I clicked on my 27 one bit too early.
Okay. Yeah. Then
so we go from, for example, the fifth last bar of the last system first page.
Last fifth out of memory version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's a good idea.
So where phrase starts the phrase with
A. So it was like my number 23.
Okay.
They're all out.
Okay. I played my 23 already.
Okay, then
I won't
skip
play
one. Yeah.
just so you know, there will be a silent. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go from
Hey. Mean.
YouTube live.
Right.
Your man
Mercury mill to rescue you to
remember you to light. Close your fingers into
To a fist, bite your white knuckles red. I think I missed the fight, the last assembly.
You're missing it again.
Yeah, but I can drop it, no? It should be still
Yeah,
in
you
the
should
folder.
still have it. And then, yeah. I think
it was called Glitch LC, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think this last system and the last bar of the second to last system.
Sorry, again?
I think the last system and the second last bar of the second to last system, when we get around to it, take more time maybe.
I think about bar 36?
No, the last bar on that system. And
40.
yeah.
Okay.
And the last system take a lot more time.
Okay.
And then I think the thing about time in general, like what really worked in your practice yesterday was like following the tempo of the videos, making sure that those are really square with everything else. Because otherwise, I think maybe if you guys change tempo slightly, then like it gets really like sloppy with the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe we can do it again. Really taking care of the length of the video.
Can we just try once this bar 40 so that we see kind of what tempo I want?
Yeah. I think it's just like relax on the words more and be super deliberate with the stable sounds, you know? Really like enter as soon as the person starts talking.
Oh, sorry.
And then
And it's also like one line. I think maybe should we practice just to say this long line as one person? The last line. So, Mercury milked to restore you to
remember you to life. Close your hands in.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But it's Mercury milk to resurrect you, to remember you to life. Close your hand into a fist.
Do you want it to be like as if it was said by the flow of one person, or was it so that you want us to interrupt?
I think it should be like as if it's by the flow of one person, but they're also simultaneously interrupting themselves.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it should be mechanical, like
No.
So okay.
Just like you're saying it.
Mercury milk to rescue you to
Remember you to life. Close your hand in.
To a fist. Bite your white knuckles red.
Here we go.
Was this good? Or
I think you could still try to interrupt each other a little bit more.
Yeah, like the in and to can be even more closer.
Yeah, I think they should be on top of each other like they are.
Mercury milk to rescue you.
Remember to life. Close your hands in.
To a fist. Bite your white knuckles red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then try it maybe with the sounds as well. So at this point, Calais would block.
I would be actually on Jingle, huh?
Yeah, you still Jingle.
Okay.
do
Yeah.
you want the whole counter stuff or?
I think that's nice, but yeah, I don't know how quiet you can be with that. Oh, that sounds great.
But you're coming from here, no?
Hey.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that you hang. Yeah, that sounds great. And then let's try it being really in sync with whenever someone starts speaking. So it's like Mercury milk, super together.
You try it? Okay. Mercury milk to rescue you to.
Remember you to life. Close your hand in.
To a fist. Bite your white knuckles red. And then we keep it on.
You keep it so you don't stop playing when you start talking.
Yeah. And also after Lorenzo have set his line.
Yeah.
There will be a fermata, no?
Yeah, but the fermata, even though I put it on this bar line, I think it should just be over the sound. So you just hold the sound for a moment, and then
and then I will breathe in, and then I will cue the video.
But also keep doing the sounds.
Yeah.
With the video.
Yeah.
But there should be a time in between the lines and the video in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was it so that we will each hold the sound corresponding to our own video? So let's say if my video is longer than Faye's, then I hold the sound longer than Faye, or
no, you all hold the sound and cut off together.
okay.
Yeah.
Where do we cut it?
At the double bar.
So
when you said double, is that when my video ends?
It's when the whole thing ends. Yeah, so yours, Callie's.
Okay.
Everyone's.
And then Callie's is longer. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, then you just cue us up like this.
I have no idea when it stops. So
Yeah, when we stop, then you cue us up because we don't see.
Oh, yeah,
the
of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try this one?
Take it away. Yeah, do it over.
What?
Take it away.
Take it away, I said. Do it.
Yes, let's go.
We wanted to play quarters to balance a bit our sounds.
Huh?
So they woodblocks, material, and then just to see that we have the same.
Yeah, the same balance because it is quite.
Yeah.
But
2, 1.
We will 1, 2, 3.
should we try this first? Try this thing the end again, and then
Yeah.
we'll
Okay, let's do that.
What?
We just do the last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mercury milk to rescue you to.
Remember you to life. Close your hands into.
To a fist. Bite your white knuckles red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're
was
just faking the video.
Yeah. Maybe that double bar or that bar line with the fermata could be even longer, but
That line with the fermata.
yeah, I'm gonna make a note. Just
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So before the fermata.
No, he won't hear long.
Longer of just like holding the sound before you.
Exactly. So before the fermata. Oh, on the fermata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Longer fermata.
Gotcha.
I will cue. Just wait.
Cool. Maybe in the end, I don't really know when to give the cue, so you can just like have your attention on my sound and when I stop you stop.
I can hear it really.
I'm just not sure if it works when you have video, and then I have to see, okay, that's here, then I beat after that, and then we end.
So the sound in the end, it doesn't have to end exactly on the video, right?
No, I mean it might be cool if it did, but it doesn't.
So in this case, since I don't know when the video stops, I will just see here.
Yeah.
And whenever it stops, then I stop immediately. I can just agree that that's the breath. Then
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And also like more time, so we say a bit to more or less start knowing when you can start.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, now we can do the balancing of the sounds.
Yeah.
And then we can
Run it through again.
or we can have a short break because we're already 2 minutes past 6.
10 minutes is okay.
Okay. Oh, we did also start 10 minutes late.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Okay.
One, you just read from the top, right?
Or did you want to balance the...
Yeah, I think we can balance reading through the material.
Yeah.
Just one voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
2, 1, 2, 3. 1. Ah, sorry.
Let's start from bar number 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this is
Right. 2, 3. Huh? But you first, huh? I'm doing the B section. Huh?
Okay.
2, 3.
in case you should play with the other knowledge of this one.
Yeah, but
It's
there
not
are some
much better,
point I know, but at some point I wouldn't have the time to change.
But you can have both in your hand. I can.
Like this?
Yeah. I'm gonna just change.
It's a thing for me.
Or if it's not comfortable, then do it. But
It's not
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. 2, 3.
yeah, maybe we should do something more. I don't know if you like this.
Something more sustained, maybe.
Maybe like
Bowl?
yeah,
metal
do
bowl.
you have like a
Maybe like a pot or a.
Yeah,
a
I'm
reed?
good for some.
Yeah.
Look for some pots.
I'll find some pot. I mean, what about this?
There's not enough sustain in that.
Right? Yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
There is or one of those IKEA bowls, like the.
Yeah, like this metal.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, that one is the like
Here?
down to the right
Yeah.
side of the oven, and all the way down to the lower. You should see it.
Yeah.
That's the NEKO3 one.
Got a very tidy apartment.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very long, no?
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe it's perfect.
You do have a medium. One more medium mallet for me, like a yarn.
I just have these two.
Yeah, I need a yarn mallet.
Yarn.
Try to play with that one.
Like a soft one.
That is a soft one. You don't have one more. No, you don't have
I
any.
gave it back.
Yeah, you gave it. Okay, this is.
Maybe one of.
I think I have to balance.
We can also try with this.
But then take this one. I will just go
Okay.
soft with this.
Oh, it's so sustained.
Do you really want to stain?
Sounds nice, yeah.
You can try. Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's try.
For
Yeah,
the B
we start?
section.
Okay, we can just do 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
I think Charlie needs to be louder.
Yes.
Oh no! Come on! Or maybe we go softer and see what happens to balance that because he doesn't resonate so much. Yeah. You louder as loud as possible. Yeah.
Less.
Yeah, I think this is really better.
Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, I did say, maybe when I asked if we could get like those prayer bowls or singing bowls, maybe that's really what I want. All along.
Go to IKEA.
Yeah, these sacred IKEA bowls.
Yeah. IKEA is the new instrument shop.
It is.
Yeah. Contemporary.
You don't have 3, we have more of these, no?
No, I have one.
Oh, fuck.
Do they sell them in different sizes?
But you can just take other bowls, like metal. Just scrap anything metal and you can try all.
I mean, the cowbell works really.
And mostly just the other one that you're just trying with that one. The one use how you use that one.
Yeah.
And take that one. You need to hold it, I think.
No, I cannot really hold it.
Very cool.
But it resonates quite well.
Sorry to suffer about it. I was saying it's just
No, I don't think it's tomorrow. Can I try something? Can I try something?
Do you want another piece of foam?
No, actually, you can pass me one of those rubbery thingy. Yeah. And then put it up. And then the other way.
Ah.
No.
Upside down?
yes. Yes.
I'm just trying to see if this happens the same thing now without going to work.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Okay, that's fine.
1, 2, 3. Still, you go louder now because you're.
Yeah, we need to be more of you.
So resonance is more important.
We need to be more of you.
Yeah.
And maybe you play more on the rim, like really on the edge of the.
I don't think it read the.
That is too loud.
Yeah, I think it's too loud now.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter if you play soft or loud. Here you have the resonance. If you play here, it's more like that. Yeah.
That's got to be the top.
This one's nice.
It's more dead. So I got more like same pitch.
That's quite nice. Okay.
Nice, wow.
And then we can add maybe the
Jingle.
Yeah. Sorry, jingle.
1, 2, 3. You go first.
Okay.
1, color, like this.
Then let's start with legato.
So the idea was that it was like single attack, right?
Ah, okay, sorry.
No, I think it was doing it.
Wasn't this only in the end?
So not legato.
Yeah, no, just a shake.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what Faye's doing.
Yeah, and Faye, it's really pedantic, but it has to be in your right hand.
I just want to put this.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first. Color 2 and.
Just because everything has its fixed spot in space.
3.
Sorry.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Cute and sweet.
Very good, very good.
And then we will try one more in the beginning. This one. See it.
I mean, we will also have 3 rounds today.
Yeah.
So we can
So we just got to be more familiar with the material. Maybe now we can check the videos and see if there is something weird. Because, for example, I'm not sure, just check if I read with the, I don't know if the last video is working. So maybe just take care of the video.
Did you put it back in?
Yeah, I did, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll just see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe I'll have to fix some things at the break or whatever, but it should be okay. They look so faint in this live stream. It's very weird. It's weird. You just can't really see what they are in this live stream. They're just like blocks of light.
They're all out there.
They're 40, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Gotta wait for Callie's loop to finish.
And here the same idea, no? 1.
Yeah. Again, the movements in a way they should, yes, be super legato. But this time, since you're all moving in rhythmic unison, it's almost even more important.
So we go everything on with everything? Yeah? Are we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
No.
2.
3.
Fist.
No.
Y.
Life.
Mercury.
To the fist.
Remember.
Okay, this was not glitching. I know why. Because I'm playing F instead of D.
Ah.
Yes, let's do it again from the beginning. Sorry.
A clever one, right?
Yes, we don't start this conversation in front of the world. Okay, sorry. You want to say to our community that you think that I'm stupid? Go ahead.
No, but I just said that you are the clever one.
In a really sarcastic way.
Why is it getting
Oh,
brighter?
that's
Everyone heard that you're really clever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
The whole world just heard that. You're very
Yeah.
clever.
It's very clever.
Subscribers. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
2, 3.
No.
2.
They're all out there.
3.
Fist.
No.
Why?
Life.
Yeah, I think we're a bit fast.
You are too fast.
We need to cut the.
I mean, let's
Let's match with the video. And we
Then we just do it. We'll just pick up the tempo when the color press the beat.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to start over.
Huh?
I was gonna say you don't have to start over. You could
No,
just
because we'll be able to see.
yeah.
Ready.
Okay.
It was. Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Color.
Oh yeah, it's super annoying this. I should have just put an empty video at the end.
Oh, you
At
guys
least.
put an empty count. Empty luminous.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's fine, right?
So you just click that and it will move on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
guess
That's how we can start.
Yeah.
No.
2.
They're
No.
all out there.
Fist.
No.
Why?
Life.
No.
A.
Mercury.
To a fist.
Close.
So.
Fist.
They're all out there somewhere. They're all out there somewhere. They're all out
Remember you to
curl,
man. To life.
Your white fish
and
by
They're all out there.
your
They're all out there.
fish
They're all out there.
red
That's all.
to your fist bites your white
They're all out there.
move to
bite
They're all out there.
your man. Close.
They're all out there. They're all out there. They're all out there. They're all out there. That's all.
Mercury milk to rescue you.
To remember you to life. Close your hands in
to the fist bite your white knuckles red. I missed one video in the slot 39.
Yeah.
Because now, yeah, my last one is 39, and I'm 39. So which one should I add to 39?
Aren't you missing this final video?
No, that's in 38.
Really?
Yeah. So that means that I missed one.
Can you click on it? I just want to see it. Just
Yeah,
because.
yeah. So this is my slot number 38.
Why is it so small?
It's like half video. If you see on the render, it's like half of the screen.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. That's something to fix later. But
then the problem is that what is coming after this one.
yeah.
So I mean, like 38 will start here, no? Where he says Mercury needs to resurrect you.
Mm.
And then 39.
Exactly.
This is missing. But we can check it out.
Yeah, we'll check it out in the break. Yeah. And then I was just going to say, I mean, well, we'll do it next time. We'll leave them in suspense. Nothing. I'll save it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Instead for the first commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Super nice.
Alright,
So what
everyone. Now we will have a 5-minute break. And then
Stop breaking your voice.
I can control it. Okay. We will have a 5-minute break, and then we will move on to the talk, where we can pick Connor's brain, and he can pick a bit our brain too. So tune in 5 minutes.
Oh, you've heard the break.
Welcome back, everyone.
But you have to speak then.
No, welcome back everyone. Now this is the talking portion. This is Cole's little talk that we will have, and we also have food this time around us. So we were just about to ask Connor some questions, but he's now munching grapes, so I guess I'll just eat, like, entertain you for. Okay. So we will start with the basic questions. So Connor, who are you?
Yeah. Well, I'm the son of Stephanie and Michael McLean, and I'm from Naperville, Illinois. I live in Copenhagen. I have a girlfriend named Polly. I write music.
She writes music?
No, I write music.
Oh.
She makes stained glass windows.
Wow.
I studied it here in Copenhagen and as well in the UK. I moved away from America when I was 18, so I don't really. Yeah, I don't like. I have no idea what's going on in America. You know, people ask me what the music scene is like, and I just don't know. I'm just interested in. I don't know. What I'm interested in seems to be constantly changing, so it's really hard to say who I am. But,
So, you left America to study?
yeah, to study in the UK in Wales, land of song. I highly recommend going to Wales. Lovely place. Yeah. It was a strange decision, but whatever.
What made you pick Wales?
Literally nothing. I mean, I just went online with my sister one day, and we were just like looking at places I could apply. And she just said, "You should apply to Wales. It looks interesting." And I didn't know anything about anything, so I did. And it was just like, okay, I could leave America and pay less to study and live in a strange place, or I could like live in Chicago and study with like the person who was teaching me in high school for 4 more years and, you know, be $100,000 in debt, whatever. So I just thought it made sense to go.
So how long you stay there?
I was there for 4 years,
Okay.
and then they kicked me out of Britain and I moved to Denmark.
What's that? How did that come about?
Well, I just mean my student visa right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was like I had to decide: do I go back or do I go west or do I go east? And my theory is that I'm gonna just keep moving east throughout my life until I'm in like China.
Not that far.
Closer. Yeah, I'm getting closer. I'm on my way.
Yeah. So how do you feel about being in Denmark?
Yeah, I love being in Denmark. I feel like the more I go to other places, the more I realize I can just do whatever I want in Denmark. There's nothing like, no one's telling me what kind of music I should be writing, or, I mean, people seem to be doing anything, like players, you guys, just doing like whatever. I mean, it's not like there's one specific thing going on, so it's like incredibly liberating to live in Denmark.
Yeah.
But it's also daunting for that reason. I mean, knowing that like everything is up to me. And it's really a sweet place. Like, people are nice. Yeah.
What I mean, happen to know that you also write pop music, like next to being a classical composer.
Yeah.
How's that? What came
You
first?
sing, right?
I sing, yes. Oh, definitely songwriting came first. I think like if anything, songwriting was always what I was interested in. And then I just wanted to take myself more seriously when I was a teenager, so I just had to be a composer. I don't know, like, but now they're really separate things in a way, and I'm sort of trying to bridge that difference. It's hard because the worlds are like antagonistic towards each other in a way. Pop music doesn't like classical music, and classical music doesn't like pop music. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, it also depends how you like it. If you
Yeah,
like it
exactly.
both, you can also combine it.
That's the idea. It's like, but somehow it's like the way I was taught to write music was so like, just so different from the way I learned to write songs, you know. So when I write music, even something like this, I'm still writing it down.
Yeah.
And like, so if I was to make a piece out of songs, it would take on such a different nature. I think it's something I'm working on, but it would be totally new.
Well, what's the difference?
I mean, when I write songs, it's like I'll just walk around and I'll think that would be a good lyric, and then I go home and I just come up with a tune, and then come up with more lyrics. And I don't like write anything down. I record them on my phone. Yeah. And like, they're also just for me. Like this is like writing music, like contemporary music, is kind of like what I do publicly. And like, but I'm not sitting in my living room like playing contemporary music to myself to fall asleep. You know, I like.
Well, why not?
Because I don't like doing that. I like singing songs when I'm alone. You know, it's like relaxing for me.
Yeah, it's more like contemporary music. You need to write it down to be able to communicate with others, not to perform it. And that was like the process is pretty not unnatural, but just very different.
Yeah, exactly. It's suited to someone sitting alone in a living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when you mentioned this kind of the fusion of pop music and contemporary music, like you have some pieces like the one that we are hearing on every intermission that's called "I'm a Two-Hearted Animal," and it somehow combines
very literally. in a way. I mean, I just have the guitarist in that ensemble sing a song. And like everyone's, and the aesthetic is also sort of trashy. And like, it's one of these ensembles in contemporary music that's like basically a band. So you just treat it like such. But I mean, I think really like what about like combining, it's not about combining pop music like, and classical music. Like I don't want to write classical music that sounds like pop music or pop music that sounds really complex. I think it's more about like just letting myself do whatever I want. Do anything. Like it doesn't have to be anything, Contemporary music doesn't have to be for sinfonietta. So yeah. And just like allowing myself to think like, okay, I'm gonna.
I remember using that in the trumpet concerto, no?
Yeah.
I remember that it was really touching in a way because there was this kind of balance between these two words and everything got really like emotional at some point. Like for example, I just heard it a long time ago, but I still have some memories of that. Like that the trumpet player was also singing.
Yeah.
And then at some point, all the orchestra were like merging with this. So there was this kind of also like pop folk sonorities coming in, and it became in a way you felt a bit old, no?
Yeah.
Even if it was like still like with texture that we say, oh, this contemporary music or not or whatever. But it was really personal this way. I really love that piece.
Oh, thanks.
And then talking about this, that we were talking about this duality, I really felt that piece was kind of a point where everything was kind of mixing in a really natural way.
Yeah.
So you could have your both identities just going in that place, and it was really working. So yeah.
I think like with that piece, especially like maybe the reason it worked like that, like it did for you. I hope it's like that. Like the trumpet player, it's less about like just the stuff he's playing, but about like who he is on stage. And when he like takes his trumpet down to like sing, it's like now he's like a different character, and he's like, oh, it's almost familiar. It's like he could be like Herb Albert or like Chet Baker or something, but he's not singing that kind of music. But it's like now like you sort of just change these situations to be like something totally different. It doesn't even like you said, like maybe some of the music behind it is like aesthetically related to contemporary music, texturally or technically. Like now that the situation has changed, it like arrives in a new place that is much more like open and emotional.
And about that piece, my question is like, how much is it important to work with performers like that? Because I don't remember his name, but I know
Victor.
He's an extremely incredible performer. So my question is like, because I mean, a lot was also actually his performance, and how much did you write on him? Like also the way that he was singing in a super nice way. So did you come with the idea before, or it was just like working with a performer that also like kind of guided you doing some stuff? So it was a plan you had before. It was
well, like I'm really slow at doing things. So like everything, I mean that piece, it started with just me saying, let's hang out and come up with, or just talk about what we like. And he would play things for me, and I would ask him questions, and I would ask if he could sing, and he would sing for me, and then I would go, like, come back the next week with, like, a bunch of music and say, it's just a, compilation of stuff you've already shown me, So, yeah, I mean, it really had to be for him, but I think that would happen. It would just be a different piece if I was working with someone else. But I mean, I knew he had to sing. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's also something we also discussed. It becomes really powerful where someone is doing on stage something that is really like feels home.
Yeah.
So that's true. If you write something for someone and goes on stage being home, then that's where the magic starts, because he will be like 100% doing things that he feels comfortable with. So he will also elevate your music because he's also contributing to it with his own vocabulary.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I think like with this sort of material, I was imagining it, obviously, like, when you think of a piece, usually it's like, you think of a concert, you think of like the whole event of the piece. And so like as we spoke earlier, on like the Discord, I was thinking in my head, it was like, we're gonna have all these old TVs And then I wanted to have like toy like echo microphones like you had as a kid and put like contact mics in them instead of using real microphones.
Yeah.
And then there's like this footage of my parents in 1991. And so like this is all like just about the past. You know? Like the way the past is like totally abstracted when it becomes a memory. Like, so it's in a way the opposite because like, it's like the most selfish thing I could do. It's like, you aren't being performers. It's like, you are like things in my brain putting my like memories of small things together and creating something. It's like, but it's deeply personal in that way, like in the opposite way.
I think it's good, like giving inputs like this to the performer, because I mean, in a way, like the performer can just be like a machine, you know, in a sense. It's just about embracing the character you want.
Yeah.
So if for you the idea is like, okay, I want to work with performers that for me are just machine to achieve my goal. I think the performance is also like willing to do that. You know? It's just not like, as I said, it's not like we use one word. What was that? Like selfish. No, what did you say?
Yeah, I did say it was selfish of me.
Yeah, but I mean, not at all. I mean, you have your vision and you have your goal.
Yeah.
And
I mean, also like a machine is something that you can perform. You can perform the action of being a machine. Like, but it's not like when I think machine sounds so like inhumane. But what I mean is like, it's not about. Maybe it's like really in that sense. This is really ensemble music. It's really about like, it's not about any one of you being individuals. You know, it's about like the material that you're creating, communicating, and like even your physical movements being like chained to one another. You know, it's like really about being together and everything. In a sense, yeah. That'd be a great.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cal is always in charge of like moving on the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I've worked a bit with you and then thought a bit of what you're doing, and it seems like, am I correct in assuming that this is the first, like one of the first times when you're using like multiple different media? I'm just curious, like how did that come about? Is that because we also like touched this briefly yesterday? Is this something that you feel like is necessary for the composer today to somehow like have a grasp on, or was this something that somehow came as some kind of organic result from your interest in pop music and contemporary music, or is there some different pathway or combination of these?
Yeah, I think it's like probably quite circumstantial. But I mean, it's funny because it's like, maybe this is weirdly like the first public thing that I've done that has like all these like multiple forms of media. But like everything I'm working on now is somehow multimedia.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've been working on projects all year that are multimedia, just none of them have happened. But I think actually it came out of like, I hate to be this person, but I think it came out of like COVID in a way, because like everything that I experienced for an entire year was like virtual.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't imagine making something that didn't have a screen, because I didn't interact with anything that didn't have a screen in it. And then I was writing this trumpet concerto during the lockdown. And it kind of seemed ridiculous, like a ridiculous thing to do, because it was so detached from everything that I was experiencing every day. Whereas before, maybe it made sense when I was going to see orchestra concerts, sometimes. But like, now it's like, as well as my attempt to like make some sort of more unified form of music with pop music, it's related to that. I mean, because the new music I'm writing has become less about what I thought new music meant, which now I've just decided like music is just a collection of things, like put in order, or like things that are like sequential, right? Like music is just a series of scenes that are like usually performed. And so I think it's like an attempt to liberate myself, because also, you know, it's my second year now out of the academy. So it's like, before I had lessons every week where my teachers would say like, oh, that doesn't work, don't do that, do this. And now I'm just sort of like a castaway, you know, and I can do anything I want. It's just like me and my friends and a laptop, and so it's like, now no one's telling me not to. I'm kind of going crazy, like doing everything I want.
Yeah.
But this is the story of a lot of people, like hearing what you say, that you're just like really natural with, I mean, like you have a really natural approach to music when you're like, you say, before you start studying, but you have this period where music becomes something like, you know, okay, it has to be done like that. When you close with this chapter and you go back to your roots and you just come back there. So like, in a way, of course, it's important to study music and to get this kind of academic, but then in the end, what you're saying is that then you go back to where you were before,
Right.
Taking all in your, putting everything in your small bag, but like, so you had this experience basically.
Yeah, well, it's like learning to take the lessons from the academy and use them like with the original impetus that you had to write music.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's not just happening for composer, also for musicians. Like it's the same. Like when I was in academy, I have no idea what I want to do. Maybe I'm not even going to be a pianist.
Yeah.
You know, like you go to a institution, you learn a lot of tools that might help you in the future. And then how you want your future to be is really just up to yourself. And then to find yourself and then do the project that you want to do, find the music that you like to play. And yeah. So, I mean, that I figure out after I graduate.
Yeah.
In a sense, I also learn about myself much more after I graduate. So, I mean, also in another sense, like education is always behind than the real life.
Yeah.
So it's no matter happening to you now or anyone now, like this moment, it's not something you can learn from the academy. You know, like what you're facing in front of you.
Yeah.
So you just need to act on your own.
I think there's a lot of feelings that I have, you know, after finishing the academy, and I definitely think it's important, like studying at the academy because, well, whatever, but because like you learn so much really so quickly, like in a way that about one thing in a way that you never did maybe when you were, well, I never did when I was young, and so like I think that's why I really, after like studying for 6 years, like really had these ideas about like what music should be, because I was learning so much, like incredibly, like overwhelming. So once you stop like having people constantly telling you stuff about music, and it's just like, what did you think? No, it's up to you. Then it slows down, but then everything you learned actually changes you once you are out, you know. Yeah. And also, I mean, like, I was never aware that there was a contemporary music world when I was young. Like, when I was 18, I remember, like, I genuinely didn't know that there were American composers other than Steve Reich. I thought, like, he was... Yeah, and I was like...
Are there, actually?
Yeah, right.
How is the music scene in USA?
It's you know, so good.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I like where I am now because I feel like I can kind of just do whatever I want, and if it doesn't work, then it's okay. No one's grading me. I'll write another piece. Yeah.
We also, as is part of our tradition, we also have some ridiculous questions to you.
Great.
Oh, okay, this is the time where I always sleep because I don't take the responsibility.
No, that's just pure myself. So the first one is more of a mathematical essence. We touched. So if there's 15 polar bears.
15, not 50.
15. If there's 15 polar bears,
1, 5.
how many watermelons are there?
How many watermelons?
Yes.
There's an answer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, there doesn't.
This is something we did not prepare you for, but we expected to have an answer.
The Academy didn't prepare me for this. If there are 15 polar bears, I'm gonna say there's like 97 watermelons.
Why is that?
Well, I'm just thinking about like how much would they individually appreciate watermelons, and how big are their appetites. So what if there's 15?
And you were saying 97.
Yeah.
Then now Kelly will tell you how much.
That's like 6.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Each.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I thought like I was thinking maybe there's 30, 2 watermelons each, and I was like they're big. They're the biggest bears on earth.
Yeah.
So it's got to be more than that. And then they don't like them that much, so hence the 0.4.
Right.
Yeah. Why? What do you think?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm not being asked the question.
Okay.
So I didn't really even have to think about it. So I'm just gonna move on to the next.
Answer for that?
There is no answer, surely.
Can I ask one?
Yeah.
I heard that one. It's a very good one. So there's a deer,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got one eye missing. What would you call that?
Oh, one idea? One idea?
Oh, that's very funny actually. That's one idea.
Yeah, exactly. I have one idea.
Yeah, it's very close. It was very close. We call it no idea.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
I have no idea.
no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. I like that one.
Now our second question is kind of more like confronting. It's just like, who do you think you are coming here and telling us what to do?
Oh, I have a master's degree from Den Kongelige Dansk Musikkonservatorium.
Wow.
You know?
I'm a composer.
Yeah, like, I'm a master of music. I don't know why you're asking me questions.
Yeah.
Nils Rosenskog sent me personally to tell you what to do.
So yeah, please work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Do you
Well,
have any question?
I wrote down some questions
You
to
wrote
ask all of
down
you.
some
Wow.
questions.
I mean, these aren't like that serious.
Mm.
Okay. Let's see. The first one is maybe a bit stupid and specific. Okay. And maybe this is hard, you know, since English.
The way we said, we have an Italian in the group, so we should go for the easy.
Okay. Do you have a preference when rehearsing or working with a composer to be involved in a very material sense with the creation of a piece, or to sit with more detailed score and spend more time as interpreters?
Mm. Yeah.
So what do you mean?
From my experience, I really prefer working together.
From scratch.
And
being
yes,
part of the
yes.
process.
Yeah.
That's the same thing we talk about your trumpet concerto.
Yeah.
I think the piece is winning when there is really like a lot of collaboration, because then you inspire each other and there is a lot of drive in the music and you can hear it. Like recently, I've always like worked a lot with open scores, like for example, working with composers, and we just define some material, but then it gets almost like guided improvisation, because there is trust in each other, no?
Sure,
You write more
yeah.
the form, but I just put more and that's actually a lot of magic.
I think
there.
so. I think so too.
Some other times you just play like scores. I mean, especially for us percussion players, when we study the classics from Xenakis, I mean, there is also a lot of engagement in that. You learn a lot about yourself also, like studying pieces that are there.
Yeah.
It's like studying history, you know.
Exactly.
But then you have to confront yourself with history, and it's something you cannot really change. You can put a bit of yourself, but still you learn a lot of yourself. So I would say actually both, but I prefer to work
in that process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also experienced a lot of this kind of situation lately about the score notations. Like I have both heard from the musician and the composer, like it's so difficult to notate scores on the paper that people are able to understand exactly what you mean. And then I also found like now the music, everyone has their own language. It's not like in the Beethoven time, everyone write like that. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone has a common understanding of how the score should be. But here, like Connor, you have your way of notating. It's like you have your handwriting,
Sure.
and another composer have his handwriting or her handwriting. So So always, I found like every time I have worked with one composer, that next time I work on that person's music, I will able to understand his language a little bit better. But I have also experienced that I receive a very complete score, but a lot of unnecessary, not helping information in it.
Yeah, sure.
So very difficult to go through. When I'm facing this, what should I do? Should I talk to the composer to ask to like clean it up a little bit so in a way I can understand or walk it with him? I mean, if you have already reached to the score to that level, it feels almost like you don't want it to be bothered to do any changing because it costs so much time. So I think it's just very important for the composer also to reach out to the musician or both way to like talk to them from the very, very beginning. Like, hey, if I write this, would you able to understand? If I want this effect, what do you think? You know, like have a common understanding of the notation from the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
Or like work on materials also and how you notate it down graphically or whatever you want. I mean, it's not a bad idea to do that on a very early stage.
I mean, kind of one of the reasons I've asked is because like I've definitely encountered players who feel the opposite, you know, who think like I want to play the music, I don't want to write music. And I think some people get a little upset when you ask them like to work in this way, you know. And also because I think sometimes the score is like it's kind of, I think composers just really like the like object. It's more for us. I think like I don't think it helps the music necessarily. It's just to like say I've written a book and it's a bunch of symbols. Like I don't know. What about you? How do you feel?
I mean, I second my colleagues here. I mean, just to take a very like very concrete example. I mean, the reason why we are doing these workshops.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the reason is because we want to. I mean, we don't need to necessarily like how would I put it? Like no one of us has any obligations towards one another except the fact that we just want to try things out with ourselves. And the big reason, of course, big value for composers is that you get to try their things, like you get an ensemble to play them. But a very big thing for us is that this is also our way of kind of getting a more personal touch from you, seeing who you are as people, as creators, and how you like to work, and if that's some sort of match. So kind of like collecting data about.
It's like a Tinder date.
That's
what you're saying.
Wow.
I mean, just also just to have a platform to try things out. And also just keep myself updates. What people are doing, because it's also very dangerous. Like the composers that we are playing now, after 10 years they will get old, right? I mean, the new generation will always kick in, and the society will still go on. The society will keep changing, and how the new generation gonna reflect on the society is a different thing. So if we keep looking or like keep working with the composer that's like our generation, after 10 years we will reflecting older generation views.
That is like one of the saddest things about new music sometimes. Like you have devoted new music ensembles who were devoted new music ensembles 30 years ago, and now they're like playing music from the 80s, and they're like a historical ensemble. Because they haven't really thought. They just they haven't thought to keep updated.
Yeah, but I mean, also it's okay if you
of course,
want to choose to go that direction. I mean, something also needs people to keep playing it so it become it's being there.
So it doesn't die.
It doesn't die exactly. So, but it depends on what you wanna or what we wanna do.
Maybe this brings me into my next question. Okay, what do you think music does, and what do you think it's for? Why do you think it's important to play new music?
Yeah, but I think I said that also like before, like so new music or contemporary art, painting, literature, or anything, or play or theater, whatever, all these contemporary things, what do they do? They reflect the society. History only a database of what happened in the past. It doesn't reflect the human emotion way. It doesn't record these things. Like, okay, 2020 we got COVID, that many people die. You get a number there, but you don't get the emotions from that number. In 100 years later, you don't get emotion from that number. But what you can see the emotion from the human being back then, you will see in art, you will see in literature, you will see in the painting, you will see in the whatever things, like all of this. That's why art is important. Otherwise we just data, just numbers.
Yeah. So it's like a humanizing thing.
Yeah, and on the other hand also, like, to kind of continue to this, that's the thing what kind of brings us close together, you know. You can be on a very different end of the political spectrum, and maybe yet you go, you know, to a concert and then you listen to Beethoven together, for example. I mean, it's the single greatest uniting factor in this sort of mankind. So
wow, that's pretty beautiful. Reminds me of this Baudelaire quote. I think it's Baudelaire who says, "All poets are brothers." Yeah, that's pretty universal. But I mean, but in the point that you made, I mean, there's like beyond that. I think there are other things that music does and things that music is for. Because in a sense, that's very like a historiographic, like forward-looking way to think about music. But then what about like for people's lives right now? I mean, what do you think music does like for you living, like for your daily life?
Yeah.
Do you think it's like to make you feel like all of these numbers that are constantly being thrown at you are like, they don't detract from your humanity, they like empower you as a...
Yeah, I mean, like when you go to a show, no matter it's music related or anything else related, I mean, an art show, it will more or less will resonate something, wake up something from you, right? Like maybe it will suddenly reminds you when you are 10 years old you did this, you know, or something, or like to trigger you thinking, to trigger your brain to think another way, to see things differently. I mean, if I don't do music, if I don't listen to music, if I don't go and see shows, I will only see the world from one side. I will never see it from another side. I will never see it from another angle, or never see it through from other people's eyes. And I found that it would be extremely boring. So that's what it does to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know. I mean, like also like when we have COVID and have lockdown, we don't have any project, and I really feel like my brain is put to sleep.
Yeah.
But when I go out to rehearse on a project, when I'm working on things, and suddenly the idea just comes like this. It's just like I found this okay. That's just natural how people's brains work. Because that's how my brain works. So yeah. And you?
Yeah, I think the same. I don't really think about music actually, because for me it's more like art in general. Like my life is like all my experience is based on art experiences, you know. So all my memories are based on, if I go to a place, I remember when I go to London, I remember I was in this room looking at this, you know, drawings and stuff like that. So for me, actually, art is basically my life. So sometimes the problem I have is that I feel sometimes it's really hard to communicate with the music I do. For example, one of the things I suffer the most is that my mom doesn't understand what I do.
Yeah.
And every time, no, but this is kind of sad in a way, because I feel like music is all my life. Yeah. Of course, I know I do new music and it's a kind of special thing, but I really do it with a purpose. You know, for me it's very important. And sometimes I have the feeling that people around me doesn't understand really what I do. So this is also something I suffer with because for me, I mean, art in general and music is the most natural language, you know, I can think of. So, I mean, I think creativity in general is one of the best answers to life, you know. And when you go around and you think about people changing the rules of life with new ways of thinking, to architecture or to paintings or to now also I think multimedia, or at least computers are becoming a form of art. But in the end, if you think art is just a way of developing ideas. Yeah. Whatever it is, like if it's a restaurant developing a new, I mean, we have Noma here. I think René Redzepi is one of the best artists in the world. I mean, art is just about like developing idea in a creative way. There is not a standard way just to make money or business, especially in our small world.
Definitely, yeah.
It's just like detaching from all this kind of capitalistic way of seeing things and just doing your own way, moving forward with new ideas. And the thing, as I told you, is just sometimes I feel like in our small world things are just kind of a ball that is bouncing between four walls. And it cannot open. But I think people could really benefit from what we do. I mean, if someone who doesn't really know music comes to one of our concerts, I think it's gonna be triggered with a lot of questions. And that's also about art. I mean, what is art? It's just like triggering. And it's like I have to think about what I'm seeing. That's also why I love like new art, because it's always a way of thinking about it. You can hate it, but it's always like triggering questions and questions, and you think. So that's our actually goal. I think goal for NEKO is try to reach out a bit more, a bigger audience to make them understand that art is really important.
Yeah, I think like music, like you're saying, you don't really think about music in a way, it's more about art. And I think like the more music becomes like open to other things, the more obviously the broader the audience we will have. Like, I think it's really important that music doesn't hold on to this idea that it has to be something. Like it's really important that music is becoming like an art form that incorporates everything around us. Like like you're saying, laptops can become like a form of art now. And I think that's totally necessary. If music didn't do that, it would just die.
Yeah. I think it's like also it's a matter of context. For example, I was talking about my mom. She was saying, because I think she was talking about Ligeti Requiem because she was talking about a Kubrick film.
Oh yeah,
and she was saying, when I listen to that music, it's so beautiful because it's in context. I might say, but if you would go and hear the same piece by Ligeti out of that context, you would say, I hate this shit.
Yeah.
So, no, but it's true. But this is really fun in a way.
It is. My
but
mom
the
does
same
the same thing.
Put in different contexts can trigger different things to people.
Exactly.
So we have to be smart, I think, in a way to understand how to bring this to people, that it doesn't become kind of, I would say, like scary, because I think new music is scary to people. So, and I never understood why. Because there is so much shit music around that you would listen just because they play in the radio for 30 times. I mean, this is something I still don't understand.
But I think I've also talked to some people that doesn't do any music. I think the most things that people are afraid of coming to any classical or any contemporary music world, it's not because they don't like it, it's not because it's scary. I think they're mostly afraid of they're not able to understand it. And then I keep telling them, you don't need to understand. You go to see a Picasso, you don't ask why the nose is not in the right place. You don't need to understand. You just need to ask yourself, what do you feel? I mean, you can feel angry about this, you can feel happy about this, you can feel frustrating. Any emotion react to it is good. It's better than nothing. You know, I think that's what it basically does, the art. So you don't just keep telling people that you don't need to be understand.
Yeah.
You know, like you go to an exhibition, it's okay if you don't understand. Doesn't matter. It's not about that.
No. Yeah, but I think there's lots of things. I think holding music back. Like I think institutions, like the institutions that simultaneously support us, are also tend to hold us back so much because, I've gone to concerts with people who aren't involved in this world, and it's like I think they see me talking to everyone there, and they just think like, okay, well, those aren't my people, I'm not gonna go to this alone because I'm not gonna meet anyone because everyone's a part of these institutions. Like I met everyone in Copenhagen basically at cons, and as well, like the weird thing about music is that it has this like tradition of being the kind of music we do has this weird tradition of not being like public. Like it doesn't. It's like a gallery is like a very public setting in a way. Everyone goes to galleries and sees modern art and thinks, oh, I could have done that better or whatever, or like why is this here? But whatever, they see it at least. Whereas a concert hall, it's like, no, I don't think I know anyone who's gonna like look at a program and be like, I don't know any of these people's names. I'm not going to pay. So it's strange. Like you rarely end up going to a concert without trying, which is a shame. I think. I don't know. but I think we're all doing a good job against the odds. Yeah.
This is a great, great note
Yeah.
which end the conversation.
Yeah. Good.
Great.
All right.
Thanks everyone for a good talk.
Thanks for listening.
So we will have a 5-minute break, and then we will do the first run through of Connor's drafts.
Yeah.
So tune back in 5.
Yeah. Cool.
When I've tried
Okay. Are you all ready?
Mhm.
First question. 1, 2, 3. I.
Like
2.
on your
Where.
glass. Like
1.
into
2.
pour life to glass
1.
of your and
I.
to the glass
I.
a
Want.
glass a and
S
in
2.
to
drink
5
5.
when
1
your
I
life
Where.
mer raise
fish
They're all out there.
red
white
Life.
per
They're all out there.
Mercury
He didn't trigger my videos. He was triggering. Sorry, Connor.
That's right.
They're all.
This is all part of it for those watching.
technical difficulties.
They're all out. They're all.
Yeah, they are better. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a small room. It looks much nicer to watch in real life. Maybe that's a good thing.
Wait for my Discord to end.
Mer
They're all out there.
Ray
Fish
They're all out there.
red
white
Life.
per Mercury
to a fist
Remember.
clean
Close.
Sir
fish
They're all out there.
Burn. Curl.
Red. White. White. Fish. Red.
They're all out there.
Fish.
They're all out there.
Red. To a fist by the white knee. Beer.
You to life.
Your X. Man. So. Right.
They're all out there. They're all out there. They're all out They're all out there.
Remember you to close your hand to a fist, bite your white knuckles with. Question: when do we black out the videos? When you give the
always the
cue?
long one.
Yeah, his is always the longest, so just wait for his to end.
Okay, and when you cue and we go on.
I will just press on the mark when I see it.
Well, I would just aim for
You
it
can also
and
see-
stop
yeah,
and just go. It's fine.
And also, of course, I mean, I know you guys just forgot now, but when we just do it one more time, the end we're just gonna do the bells, the bell things, or the bowls.
Everyone does the rolls.
Yeah, just for the last bit.
Okay.
Just
So
'cause-
what about me?
yeah, you do the cowbell.
Okay.
'Cause it's just gonna, I think it's gonna be a nice, more sustained sound.
Yeah.
Just one big bit. So you cue at this bar, right? Like
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 6.
Uh,
Because now I have.
which movement? The C section?
Yeah, I had the feeling there was something weird there.
I just start when I have to remember this video finished, and I will just start.
And
Yeah,
then,
but we have
I
to
can
start
breathe.
together.
I can
Yeah.
breathe in. Yes.
Okay. Super.
It's fine.
It's quite difficult to read like this.
yeah. I was just gonna say.
I do that like that.
Yeah, and there's in the end I realize there's sometimes your doesn't have sound.
But it never has sound.
Yeah.
The last sample.
No, not the last sample, just
Yes, I have. There were like 10, 15 samples which didn't have any sound, and it also didn't work.
Huh.
They just froze, and then randomly the next one worked.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you
No, because you have to go
They're
through
all
two
out
times
there.
of the library.
Yeah, it's,
I went it through twice.
Yeah.
really.
More than twice.
Even after you quit and reopened.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
They're all out there. Oh my god.
but sometimes it comes, sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't.
And it didn't happen before at any point.
Yeah.
But maybe now it's fine.
I think as well, I mean, I know we're doing like what we can, a little space, but like to compensate for the fact that we're not like moving as much.
Do I move a figure?
Yeah, but I think also just like, since we don't have like horizontal space to move as much, like when you play your instrument, just get like closer to it, like get a lot closer, you know? Yeah, like really lean into it because just so that you can see everyone's.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So more movement and this in the end.
Yeah, and those in the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're gonna try it again. Should
Yeah.
we take a little break?
Did you want to? Do you know introduce? Did you?
He's here.
He's here. Oh,
So let's
we
take
have
3
to
minutes.
cut the break now.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Are you ready? The last performer.
Last performance ever.
Bonus drop. How you call the name?
Memory assembly.
Assembly.
Yeah.
Ready.
Or live.
So it's F when you put this. Ah, you ready? Okay, yes. I didn't know.
No.
Sorry.
That's right.
One.
So,
I.
live boy.
Two.
Your
Wait.
glass. Loud.
One.
In. Two. In. Two. In. Light. Glass.
Want.
Your. And.
I.
To. Glass.
I. Want.
Glass. And. In.
Two.
Dream.
I.
Fan. Your.
Four.
Life. Life. Two.
Oh my god, you like stuck in? They're all out there.
Fist.
They're all out there.
Why?
Life.
Oh my god, you like stuck in?
To a fist.
Remember.
No.
Loss.
So. Fist.
They're all out there.
Re.
Oh my god, you like stuck in?
To.
They're all out there. They're all out there.
To a fist. Why? Man. A. red, yellow, white, peace, red, white,
They're all out there.
yellow, white,
They're all out there.
peace,
They're all out there.
red, two fists bite your right knee.
They're all out there.
Bear,
Too light.
bite
They're all
your
out there.
right, red, green,
They're all out there. They're all out there. They're all out there. They're all out there.
Mercury move to reassure
Remember you to life. Close your hand.
two fists bite your white knuckles, red.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
See ya.
Yes. But hey, you wanna say something?
First of all, are there any audience questions?
No, I don't think so.
It's Thursday evening, it's 1953 and it's 25 degrees.
No. Yeah, but thank you. You wanna
Yes,
say
thank
something?
you. No,
You
we've
can
said
come
a lot.
here and we can all say goodbye
We
together.
can all wave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Welcome to the family. Okay.
You're here.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Ciao.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank
for,
you, Connor.
Thank
super,
you.
super nice to talk with you. Super nice to play with you.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
and your
thanks.
stuff.
Yeah, it was super fun.
This, yes.
I hope it will be like a fine finish.
Yeah.
This will be very fun.
Yeah, I want to finish it. You know,
Yeah.
just finding an excuse.
And so this concludes our first season of micro residencies.
Yeah.
We have 4, and
I don't know how to say that name.
micro workshops.
Yes.
Yeah. Season 1, what a
So
finale.
season 1, yes. What a finale! Yeah. If you may say so yourself.
So this is the
Yes.
end.
Yes, this is the end of the beginning.
Yeah, and there will be more next year.
We will start early next year, and we will let you know about the details later.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you for keeping up with us, and have a great rest of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios.
My correspondence.
Yeah, it's like we'll learn something more. Micro.
Oh.